Hello, this is Gradye Parsons. I'm the Stated Clerk of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church USA. And this is a portion of a series of talking about where are we going as a church, or where is God leading the church. Last week we talked a little bit about the church that we know, the very familiar church that many of us attend, we raised our families in, we had some of the major moments of our life in. But today I just want to talk a little bit with you about why are you even listening to these podcasts? Why do you even care? Is it because you really want to see me on your video screens, or is it because you have some interest in what I have to say, or is it because something deeper than that? Well, I think the main reason we're all interested in this subject, the main reason we're all struggling and having conversation about where I think we're going as a church is because fundamentally of Jesus Christ. It's because of who God is for us, who God has come to be, who we want Him to be, and who God has come to find us where we are and call us to be God's own in this world. In the Book of Order, we talk about it in G3:200, and it says, "The new reality revealed in Jesus Christ is the new humanity, a new creation, a new beginning for human life in the world." Now, the word new shows up there several times because basically I think we all believe that when God comes into our lives and we begin to live a life as a Christian, there is something new that happens. We live a new way, we have new kinds of relationships, we have new kinds of values, new kinds of morals, a new perspective on the world. And we expect ourselves to change. We don't expect to stay the way we were before. We expect ourselves to grow and mature along the sanctification road. And that if that's true about our individual lives, if that's true about our life as a person, then it's also true about our life as a community, and it's true about our life as a church. The church is also something that's always being renewed and reformed and reshaped from the way it was in our parents' time and our great-grandparents' time and times before that. If we went back 200 years ago, we'd find a lot of churches where they met for 2 and 3 hours at a time, where an hour or 2-hour sermon was the norm, not the exception. And frequently they met in places where there was no central heat or air conditioning. A lot of places they stand, and in some traditions they still stand. When I was growing up in the church, there was never such thing as a children's sermon. We weren't allowed to go up front and frolic around with the pastor on the pastor's knees and hear funny stories. That was unheard of. In fact, we were pretty much to be out of sight and out of sound in the church. So the church, even as we know it, has changed, just as we ourselves have changed. And we have to be open to that. In fact, we actually have to yearn for that if we want to continue to grow and mature as individuals and continue to grow and mature as a church. As we say, we're reformed and always in need of reformation according to the Word of God. And that's true for the church, that's true for ourselves, and that's true for the way we're going to do church. So when we talk about where the church is going, we're talking about being true to that understanding that what it means to change, the church is also going to change, and that we're going to change, and that that's a good thing and a blessed thing if we're going to continue to be relevant to the world as we move into this century. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.